I know you said when you see a shrine, hit a shrine. Can we not hit the shrine of death?
Yeah, let's
do it.
Why would you not want to touch the giant scary skull?
Hello, everyone. So today we're doing a coach co-op. We're going to be playing Cadence of Hyrule. So some of you may know the 1.1.0 patch came out just before Christmas last year. It's called Octavo's Ode. So it introduced Octavo as a playable character and added some new features such as dungeon mode. So we're going to be playing through a bit of the game, trying to show off some of those things right now. It's a free update, so anyone that has bought the original game has access to this. All you have to do is download it from the Nintendo eShop. I guess let's get into it.
A little bit quiet. Oh, yeah.
A little bit quiet?
Okay.
So, unfortunately, due to lack of planning, we have not unlocked Octavo yet on this Switch. In order to unlock Octavo, you have to complete the game normally once. And so, what we're going to try to do is we're going to play through dungeon mode in co-op. So we're going to go to New Game 2 here. And if we manage to beat the dungeon mode, we'll unlock Octavo and show the first little bit of the Octavo storyline.
Alright.
So that's the plan for the stream today.
So, yeah, let's...
So, who's playing
Oh,
here?
hi, Sandy. Sandy is one of the pixel artists at Yacht Club.
Oh.
He's in the chat.
Neato. Hello. Or, hello. Wherever the cat... Like, yeah.
Somewhere.
Alright,
Okay, so we're going to do dungeon mode. Choose your character.
Going Link or Zelda?
Or Cadence.
Well, I'm playing Zelda then.
Okay, I'll do Cadence.
Alright, let's rock.
Fixed beats. No, I guess we'll switch that off. There.
Alright, let's rock.
Alright.
Alright, so yeah. Dungeon and or classic mode, whatever you want to call it.
So at the start of dungeon mode, you have this chest, and you get to choose one of 5 items to help you through. What should we go with here?
I mean, we're trying to get
Hover
items.
boots might be.
Yeah, hover boots or
helpful.
bombs are probably the
Or
best
bombs, yeah.
bet. Yeah, go for hover boots.
Hover
Probably.
boot? Okay.
Okay, so well, only one player gets those?
Yeah.
Okay.
We
Certain things are shared, certain things are not. Bombs, I believe, are shared between
Right.
players, but
Yeah.
like the equipable items. Oh, there's some more boots over here if you want them.
get out of my way. All right. Yeah. So
They're saying Eve or it doesn't count. So you gotta reset and play Eve.
we don't have Eve unlocked on this either.
Yeah.
The problem with having like an office copy of this game is that we don't really play this game a lot outside of, you know, testing it and making it.
We play on our dev kits all the time to test, but
Yeah.
not so much the release build in the
Yeah.
I've
Oh,
actually
jeez.
never played this game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I do it all by feel.
Is there any way to revive me until the boss?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay. Yeah, we added Sheikah stones at the beginning of each zone and before each boss. But, yeah, Oliver's just on his own for the first section, apparently.
Oh, there we go. Ah!
Unless he dies here, too.
Telestrats.
The volume's a bit quiet. Is it possible to turn up the
Yeah,
beat
we
a little
can.
bit? I can't hear the beat very well.
I don't know if that got
Okay,
picked
half
up
a
by
heart
the
left. No pressure.
mic. It shouldn't, right?
It gets picked up a little
It's
bit.
pretty direct.
Okay.
That's a Marlon problem.
That's his problem.
What do I know about sound?
Yeah, so the goal with dungeon mode here was to, oh man,
No, this is not the deep. We're playing on retail right now. This is not the debug.
yeah, this is not, yeah.
That's why we have to go through and like unlock stuff.
Yeah, the idea with dungeon mode is basically just to take the existing dungeon generation for the main game and kind of try to build it out into a more Necrodancer style thing.
We've also added a few little extra things like these hidden staircases here. This is a blood shot, which anyone who's played the original Necrodancer will realize. Yeah, this one's not bad. Half a heart for my ring. I'll take it.
Yeah. The other kind of big thing we did for dungeon generation for this build was added little mini. You did Shrine of War. Okay, all right, fine.
Is that what you were going to talk about? The shrines?
Well, actually, I wasn't going to talk about the shrines, but yeah, the shrines are also the other big thing we did. Yeah, shrines make a return from Necrodancer. They modify the dungeon state, and for some reason, Oliver doesn't like things being hard enough or whatever, so he decided to do Shrine of War, which
See a shrine, you gotta activate it.
ups the level of all the enemies.
We're trying to show off the new features here. So.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so what Shrine of War does is basically upgrades all enemies to more difficult versions of themselves. So this is probably a blue guard or a green guard previously is now a black guard, which is much more difficult to defeat. If you do not activate the Shrine of War, it continues to spawn enemies, so it's kind of like a time pressure thing. You can either activate it and make things harder for yourself through the rest of the dungeon zone, or leave it alone and make things harder for yourself in the short term.
You can also bomb it.
You can also bomb it, yeah, that's true. Okay.
So yeah, that was one thing, and then oh my goodness, the two chain guys are on opposite sides of a hole.
It's kind
Good
of
for us.
sad. They're never gonna.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's kind of like a good way to keep them separate. Yeah, so kind of an interesting thing to figure out when we were doing this was we wanted it to be possible to kind of collect all of the items in a given run of dungeon mode. So in addition to be able to buy like permanent upgrade items in shops alongside the normal stuff, we also added different areas where you can get special items. So like the blood shop we just saw on floor 1-1. Also added, chests with key lock chests and stuff. I don't think you have any keys yet. And then the other thing we added was little puzzle mini sections of dungeons where oh, grab that rapier.
Yeah, I suppose just collect it. I was thinking Necrodancer mode where you can only have one weapon at a time. But I wanted to keep my glass of beer.
Little mini puzzle POIs that kind of use some of the, I guess, puzzle-solving-y elements of the game to get items as well. So any given run of dungeon mode, you can theoretically get 100% items, assuming you're not playing as Eve. Which is kind of neat, but it can only guarantee that you can get them if you've basically been collecting everything so far. It makes sure you always can get it as long as you have been, been collecting everything you possibly can. But usually you can kind of improvise stuff with what you have, which is kind of fun, I think. Dyra's having a bad time.
I'm even a person. That's tricky.
Yeah, if you had bombs, it'd be way easier, but,
oh, there he goes.
Best part about this game is it forces my colleagues to nod their head to my music.
Sammy's saying there should be more games with shovel-wielding protagonists.
I agree, yes.
When's that
There you go.
Necrodancer and Shovel Knight crossover coming, man?
That's a good question, yeah. Why is
the
it?
intro just like Shinobi, but they both have shovels?
Oh, yes. They like jump. I'm like, whoa, what are you up to?
Someone's gotta do it. I don't know why we didn't make a shovel guitar.
Yeah.
Good question, yeah. I guess I can clear out the stuff. Actually,
Yeah,
I can
okay.
do more damage. You should be clearing
Yeah,
out
okay, I'll
things.
clear the eggs. You
Yeah.
do damage. Good use of full out strats.
Back here.
We'll look in there with the flower thing.
Oh.
You're gonna be done with the boss by the time I finish clearing this stuff up.
Ah, get back here. I probably should have warned you about the
Nice.
laser that was about to hit you, but whatever.
It's all good. So we made it through this boss. So yeah, as you saw, the Sheikah Stone was before the boss. So there's continue points basically before and after every boss. So if you die at the boss, you can try again right away.
Somebody loves the shadows, Steven.
Huh? The shadows are great, yeah, thank you.
Steven works very hard and did a lot of like weird rendering stuff to get them to work properly.
That's always like when I talk to people about this game.
Special ability or
So if we get
like-
Shovel Strike, you get the
I get
Inspire
Inspire,
too,
yeah.
right? So yeah, let's go
They're
with
like,
that.
yeah, man, the graphics are great. I love the shadows. And it's like, oh, I didn't do that
The one
part.
thing you didn't do, yeah.
I love the stuff that covers up the other art.
Alright.
Yeah, you can't really... In the dungeons, they're harder to see, but in like the overworld, there's the shadows add like so much volume to everything.
Yeah.
Though in the dungeons, the light circles add a lot of volume because they're like offset when they go on a higher level.
Yeah, that was also kind of a tricky thing to pull off. But,
Yeah.
yeah, Rapier makes this boss really easy.
Rapier makes a lot of things pretty easy.
Oh, we're
Let's
just...
just go.
Alright, fine. Who needs items?
The infuser Rapier if we had to find 3 more diamonds, I guess.
I
Obsidian
don't know.
one?
Blood Rapier isn't that useful. Like,
Well, Obsidian's pretty good.
yeah.
We can find 3 diamonds. Explore.
Yeah, so yeah, like I said, I added all the various puzzle POIs. These are the ones that appear in the main game, and also a couple of new ones.
Still.
Oh yeah, you got hover boots, yeah. So yeah, it's sort of like, you can usually... Oh sweet, we can actually get up the other. Yeah, alright. You can usually get whatever item they have with what you have as long as you've collected something, but yeah, it's kind of fun being able to figure out new ways to solve existing puzzles. Yeah. Ooh.
Power shield.
Yeah. The other interesting thing was figuring out ways of allocating the items. Oh shit, sorry. Allocating the items throughout dungeon mode in such a way that it kind of like keeps things interesting. So like make sure you don't get like the 2 rods in a row and like the bow items are spaced out. And also only certain characters get the shield, so had to make sure that like the shield is still kind of useful. I think it makes sure that you can get the shield. It tries to make sure that you always get the shield before the Temple of Storm section, so that you have it for like the wind things or something.
It gets quite complicated when there's 2 different characters with different combinations of weapons they can use and items they can use. So you get like Eves plus Zelda in dungeon mode, where you have to basically include all rapiers for Zelda, but
I got a question. Hey guys,
oh yeah.
if you had your choice of another Nintendo IP to combine with Crypt of the Necrodancer gameplay, which would it be? I think we all agree that it's Nintendo.
Oh.
That could be interesting.
Yeah,
For them
like
dog petting. Pet your dog to the beach.
You have a pet to beat. Oh god, I'm gonna cry. Think
It's
about
like
dog.
what's that game called? Tokyo Jungle. The one where you're like
Yeah.
you start as like a Pomeranian and it's like a roguelike in a post-apocalyptic Tokyo.
What?
So it will be that.
What is
You're
this?
a dog and it's
No, back up. What is
Tokyo Jungle.
Tokyo Jungle, yeah.
You can keep saying the name. That's not really helping.
It's a roguelike game. And you,
What is it
you
for?
play as animals.
It's
on
PS3. Yeah, it's
Is that a Nintendo?
No.
It's the question is Nintendo.
No, but you said like Nintendogs, so it would be a dog
yeah.
roguelike.
I see. We got there.
In all seriousness, I actually don't know.
Why? Wow, gotta say I wasn't expecting an answer. I get that a lot. Why are some characters prohibited from talking to the king like Cadence?
Prohibited from talking to the king?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Basically, the idea was that you get the special Zelda weapon. It's kind of a Zelda-only event. You get the Zelda's final weapon from that event. And also, Zelda would want to wake up her father, the king. So, in story mode and as Zelda, you're allowed to do it. But the other characters in single-character mode won't really gain as much out of it. So, you just decided to keep it locked up.
Oh, dang it.
Didn't know
I
that
would
guy.
say that honestly, the Necrodancer thing is kind of an adaptable concept. I think you could apply it to a lot of
Yeah.
different. Like Mario would
I
make
think
a
we
ton of
just gotta
sense.
keep what we got.
Yeah.
Bouncing on things.
I'm trying to think of like other like grid-based things.
F-Zero.
I wonder how you could do like a rhythm-based like Advance Wars or something.
Yeah, Advance Wars.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem. Like.
Yeah. That'd be interesting.
Metroid would be a challenge.
Yeah, with a rhythm-based tactics game like that, I wonder. It's already grid-based, which has some benefits, I guess, for
Yeah.
porting gameplay over. But I guess you'd use one unit at a time and kind of.
I got it.
Yeah, that'd be wild having to switch between units to the beat.
Yeah.
I mean, it would make it more like Valkyria Chronicle style, I guess, where you like have one unit you're sort of like focusing on at any given point in time. Like,
Yes, this is a new mode. This dungeon mode added in the 1.1.0 update.
Okay, I'm gonna use those last parts.
Yes. I think so.
all right.
It's basically a more Crypt of the Necrodancer style mode where you're just going through floors of enemies.
Yeah, this was one of the most requested things I heard
Yeah.
when people were talking. And I haven't played it yet. I gotta dig through it.
It's pretty fun.
I tried and then I died. Then I stopped.
Okay. I know
One of
you
the
said when you see a shrine, hit a shrine. Maybe not
it,
hit
do
the
it.
shrine of
Yeah,
death.
yeah, let's
Do it!
Why would you not want to touch the giant scary skull?
suppose we're gonna skip this one. What this one does is makes it so that all enemies and the players die in one hit. So it makes it easier for you to fight your way through enemies, but if you get hit once, then it's over pretty easy.
Also, dead rocks make that very difficult because they just don't die.
Yeah, that's true. Certain enemy types is less of an advantage than it is with others.
Ooh, I want that key.
Sorry.
Not bad.
Whoa.
For me, once I get hit and lose the broadsword.
Yeah.
For things, or if you're gonna fight the boss.
We can just fight the boss. We're fine. I got a rapier. That's all you need. Good one. Yeah. And I mean, I don't know how much needs explanation, but the zone order is fixed at the time that you start your file, but it'll randomly splice in other dungeons with
Yeah,
the main
so-
one when you're playing.
So basically, each
Oh,
zone
okay.
has one theme dungeon. So this one was the fire zone, it's fire themed,
And that
so,
defines which boss you fight at the end.
So yeah, that defines the boss, and all floors in that zone have some hot coal tile sets, like hot coal tiles and fire tile set in it. But each floor is also, after the first one, floor 2 is a mishmash of 2 different tile sets, and floor 3 is a mishmash of 3 different ones, including the enemies and the hazard sites associated with that,
Oh,
that dungeon.
okay. So in this little room, you can tell which boss you're gonna fight at the end of the zone, or is it always
Yeah,
this?
so at the end
Yeah.
of this one, we'll fight Gliokenspiel.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And this zone will have some Temple of Storms type enemies and tiles in each of the four, or each of the 3 floors.
Right.
I just wanted to shout out that the bass guitar boss there, the bass guitar was actually performed by the mixing engineer, Joel Ford. And I did what I normally do, which is write music not for human people to play. And he totally nailed it. And as you kill each of the 4 bosses, I had to write 4-part bass harmony, which is way harder than it sounds. And
we can get this if you follow me, I guess.
Okay. Oh.
Oh no! I need to like keep moving into it at the beat. Oh.
Really? How would that work? Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
Oh.
Oh no.
No!
There we go.
Alright.
Big quiver. Okay.
Alright. Yes. Co-op especially kind of breaks a lot of the puzzle POIs.
I can't believe that
It's fine.
actually worked. Yeah.
Come on. There we go.
There you go. The walls.
What?
Downstab's great. Oh, whoops. There we
I'll fight a mini boss down here.
go.
It's hard. Like that's what I'm doing.
Too busy leveling up over there. I don't know. Is he immune to dins? He's not. Yeah, okay.
Only bombs.
wow, that's
That worked. Oh, what?
that is rough.
I don't know why you're following me.
shovel yet.
I got a shovel.
Do it.
You show
So,
this.
This is an arena room. So basically, as soon as you enter, a bunch of enemies will spawn, and there will be a reward.
Including a mini boss,
Oh, wow.
which, like, I don't know why you
There's a
thought this
nasty
was a
one.
good idea.
Don't worry
Try to
about
make it a little
it. He's dead.
It's because I have, like, a really overpowered weapon.
Yeah, so there was nothing to worry about.
Roguelikes, baby.
Ooh, Pegasus Anklet. Alright.
using our items more.
Yeah.
Bow and a fire rod.
I mean, you feel free to use your items. I got a rapier. I don't need to use items.
Yeah, that's true.
Get out of here.
Relating to what we were talking about earlier, this floor is a mishmash of castle
Backstage.
backstage, which is only actually used in the last floor of Hyrule Castle, but it's used again in Dungeon Zone and the Temple of Storms, which is kind of the theme for this zone.
Oh no, I don't have any stamina. Dang it. Oh, we're near the end
Lightning
anyways.
bombs. Is this port? No, it's port 2, right?
Oh yeah.
One more to go
One more.
for the boss.
No.
Yeah, we do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hero of Timeline spent 2 months of their life making a series video on YouTube about where they think this game fits on the Zelda timeline.
Wow.
Well, we have some thoughts about that. I don't know exactly how much we can say, but we tried to include a hint in the Octavo's own DLC that kind of places the game somewhat in the timeline. Not that it's necessarily official or that the Zelda timeline is really makes complete sense at all, but we did try to include an explanation in the DLC for
You might want to
that
go for
question.
that chest with some weapon in it. That'd be useful.
Oh, that's a mean trap for them. Is that custom design or is that random?
That thing? Yeah, it's custom. That's one of like the mini PUIs I was talking about. That like,
Yeah, so in Dungeons now, basically there's more of these little hand-designed chunks that let us put more kind of puzzles and interesting elements into the dungeon. Crossroads. Trying to go here. Down.
I think the rule is that the original tile set always has the exit, so it should be in this section. Except for on the second floor. I don't know. I added a bunch of weird rules that were kind of meant to help players get through the game, but they probably aren't that consistent, so I don't know.
Well, things like that. Experienced players eventually pick up on these little patterns in dungeon design, and I think it does help speedrunners eventually get faster at finding their way to the exit of them.
No,
I just not see the stairs over there.
yeah, like
Bottom
bottom right. There's still, or no, way to the left.
Okay,
Like I think they're.
you can find a compass.
Ooh. There you go. No, up left. Top left. It's like right next to the entrance room, but I just made sure that there's always good walls between them.
It really makes the fire melt that guy's armor
Yeah.
completely. Felt that should have been more effective than it was, but
Alright.
this guy shouldn't be too hard with 2 players.
And bombs. Yeah,
Bombs,
bombs.
yeah.
Nice.
There we go.
That was quick.
Co-op makes this game easy.
No kidding.
Okay, so that's zone 3.
Oh, well, I mean, it's way better. I don't
It's a
know.
non-choice, but
Part of,
there.
yeah, adding all of the items of the game is some of them aren't necessarily that useful.
Snorkel is not pretty limited use in dungeon mode. There are a couple puzzles that you can use for, but not as strong as most of the others. We're in zone 4 now, which means some of the Dark World enemy variants are going to start appearing, so we still do need to be careful because some of those enemies can do massive damage.
How many zones is it? 5?
5, yeah.
Okay. Almost there.
Do I block arrows?
Oh, they were at 3.
She's shooting over my shoulder. Whatever.
I guess to include that so to limit creeping potential in co-op.
It's picking the castle mounts on what?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
the reason why specifically for the music is because there's 2 castle tile sets. There's the backstage and like the regular one.
So it just has more chances of showing up.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of each have a chance of showing up, whereas like all the other tile sets are only in there one. Well,
Yeah.
happen.
Because you didn't hear that track very much in the original game.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
get a lot of airtime. In
Dark
much
World
in much the same way that the backstage tile set didn't get a lot of play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reboot!
Oh god. Okay. We need to find 2 hearts.
Yeah, Cadence is in trouble here.
All right.
Fine, I just won't get
You can
hit.
find like
That's a fun room.
a blue chest will always have a. Oh, that was a bad decision. A blue chest will always have a piece of heart. I think. Once it has a compass. It might also have the compass. Oh, dude. Why am I... Alright.
You got some health now. You're
Oh, I
fine.
got hurt now.
Alright.
This is enough.
I'm going to warp, but I don't know where warp is.
Hold on. I'm about to... Okay, nice.
Okay. Actually, I got a better idea. Yeah.
Well, you should check that shop.
Probably.
Alright,
Okay.
Wow.
Alright, good luck.
Alright, I can do this. Eye of the tiger. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, so I find the hardest points in dungeon mode are usually zone 1 before you had a chance to get strong, and then zones 4 and 5 where you get kind of complacent and don't realize the enemies are kind of damage.
I'm trying to figure out, can I get this thing? I should be able to get this thing. I just need to like lure this guy down.
Yeah.
My mom is watching, but her Twitch account was hacked and she can't talk, so.
Okay.
Hi, Danny's mom.
I don't think it's too important. There'll be
Who
more
would
of the
hack
super
my
weapons.
mom's Twitch
Yeah,
account?
it's probably the least useful of the
trying to
super
get-
weapons, so.
That's probably true, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Those sweet, like.
Oh, yeah, I
donations.
guess I added this kind of mimic. You have to like shove it off of you, but he died right away because I had the battle torch. So.
Wait, what does the. How does the blue gimmick. Mimic work?
He'll jump onto you and start like
Oh, that's
chopping on
right.
your head.
Yeah.
And then you have to like throw him off before you can start damaging him again. But he fell because battle torch is OP. There we go. No, this is kind of weird because it's like 2 diggable things that look very similar next to each other.
Someone's been really, like, hating on the Great Shovel during this whole stream.
Oh.
The great shovel. What are their complaints about it?
That it's bad.
It's bad. Well, I don't know.
Fair enough.
It's better than a broadsword. Strictly better than a broadsword. All the same properties as a broadsword, plus a good dig.
Well, unless you're walking along a diggable wall. of some
Although,
kind.
compared to the longsword and the rapier, it's probably true that it's not quite as powerful as those two. You again. Still haven't given up.
Alright.
Everyone's favorite boss.
Absolutely.
Ranged weapons are pretty powerful against this guy.
Yeah,
Ah.
I never see people use ranged weapons in this fight for some reason.
They're too used to non-range.
Some people don't think to use their items anyway. Like, I found myself doing that also. I don't
Yeah.
always think to use my special items, get too focused on the beat and what my regular weapon does. So it's a lot to keep in mind.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, apparently lots of people from the Discord are watching too.
Yay.
Oh yeah.
Hi everyone.
Alright, on to zone 5.
Alright. Finally get that scuba mask.
Yes.
We actually
Is that
could
what
have.
we've been waiting for?
Well, we actually could have used it in that last zone. Like,
Finally, we can traverse single tiles of water.
Okay, let's see what's in here. Ooh, art containers. Well, I can wait until you get hit a bit.
Yeah, sure.
This is my favorite track in the game. But it's also my favorite Zelda track.
Yeah, me too.
It's so good.
It's just
It's almost like it's a really good track.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Here's a shrine of Honga. Do I activate?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so now we have
Oh,
to play
no.
in a funny beat pattern. Basically, it's so it's the cha-cha rhythm.
oh no. Cha-cha, the dark cha-cha.
Yeah, we possibly could have picked a better zone to do this on.
I like that for all the, like, we found ways to put like Necrodancer stuff, like Necrodancer enemies and bosses in the game with the shrines and with
Yeah.
the cardboard cutouts. I really like those. I like that they're getting more screen time in dungeon mode.
Jeez.
You're on your own, man.
Honga killed you that quickly?
Yeah.
You never go full cha-cha.
Never.
The blue chest might have a heart piece. You need survivability.
I can get there. More damage is what I need. A weapon that does more than one
Nice.
Oh yeah, it's true. You only have a no spear. If you look around, there might be a fairy shop that shows up. Well, actually, honestly, just look for the weapon on this floor.
damage.
Oh, Beetle.
Okay.
Because yeah, the weapon on this floor should be a super weapon.
What's the benefit of the cha-cha?
Very little.
So it's so like real life.
Is, is there actually like does it like give you a buff of some kind?
It does
too?
give you some pretty good items when you activate it.
Oh.
I think hover boots and something else. Ring of, or maybe torch of wisdom is what I got from it.
I think so.
Yeah. It also doesn't it like increase the number of beats total, so you can like go slightly faster.
Oh yeah, that's true. So I guess it does have like speedrun advantages. So if you're
Why?
trying to go as fast as possible, you can go slightly faster with it.
Right.
I don't
Why
I wanna
did we
go
not-
over here.
Why did we not add a cowbell stem when you do the shrine of cha-cha?
That's a good point. Oversight.
Oh no, the auto shovel.
Brought some surprises
God.
for
Ah.
Yeah, okay. So
but it wasn't
let's
permadeath,
try again with
right?
no cha-cha.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can restart again at the start of Zone 5.
Alright. I admit that was probably a bad idea.
Oh, it was worth giving it a try.
Probably nothing. Ah!
Wow, great shovel. Alright, well, for the great shovel hater. What do we got here? We got here.
Okay, alright. Yeah. Oh no, is it possible to get out of here and
Oh
co-op?
no.
I
Well,
got
it's possible for one of us to get out anyway.
question.
No, okay, all you have to do is... Oh, I guess it's quite both of you, doesn't it?
Question for Paul
Yes.
from Roy Nathan.
Oh.
Paul's awesome pixel skills to use now that you have announced so many 3D games. Can he do voxel
Okay,
art
place a
as
bomb
well?
there, and
No,
then-
I can't. Also,
Why don't you
Step
just turn it on its
down.
side, then just add another dimension?
Also, hi, Roy. Roy is like,
Can I do
one of
that?
my.
Oh yeah, okay, get back to that.
Friends from the
Get back to that
Netherlands.
square.
I went to like
That would
college
knock
with
you
him.
back
Like,
then,
he got me back into pixel art.
No, that
when we
just
were in college.
messed everything up.
What did you get out of
Okay.
Oh, you can hook shot to the other player, can't you? Here, just hook
Well,
shot to me.
I
Oh, yeah,
did
you
it in
can.
high
Okay.
school, and then I
Um,
didn't bother with him until I got into college.
Change facing.
And then I was like,
Then-
oh, someone else does this. So get back into it.
The world thanks you for bringing Paul back into the pixel fold.
If you get to where you need to be, can you, use the bow to change facing.
Oh yeah, the bow changes facing. Right. Okay. Oh.
This is great.
So, yeah,
this
that's
is
fine.
quality.
Or no, okay, you do it then. And then I go here.
Okay, okay. No!
Okay, I go here.
Okay, there.
Oh, good,
There you
yeah,
go. Okay. No. There we go.
Oh, wow!
That's-
Okay, we probably should fix
So
that.
yeah, that's something we didn't think through entirely for a
Yeah, video games
It
are
works
just series of
perfectly well in
interesting
single player
decisions.
mode. Not as much as going.
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult to get somebody to like sit next to you and say, "Can you test this co-op thing for me?"
I think you get better at playing with 2 controllers, 1 person.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Like Sakurai saw.
Sakurai does it too.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
Probably gonna want to use that.
Nice. No, yeah, I probably should learn voxel stuff at some point.
I mean,
Don't think they know.
it has to be exactly the same, right?
Hey, you just add another dimension.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Oh.
Piercing damage is really good against that guy.
Alright, use the shovel.
Somebody in the Discord who named themselves Waltz, which is a song from Amplified. I've never had anybody name themselves after.
Nice.
I need to come up with worse names now.
Butts, butts, butts.
Butts Waltz.
Eli's great shot. See, look how useful that is. Like, destroyed an enemy and dug 2 tiles all in one move.
Oh, it's bad.
Alright,
Oh wow. You don't have art.
I do like the implication
Oh, no.
that Eli left his like shovel hand just like in Hyrule.
you don't know what he would
Sarah
got up
was
to.
there,
Huh?
yeah. Sorry, that was a bad decision.
I
Going
got,
here.
this, I got the burger.
Yeah.
More burger.
More burger. They're saying, don't do it. Don't use the shovel.
I suppose one complaint could be that it sometimes digs walls when you would otherwise want to move.
That's my main complaint when using it is that yeah, whenever you're next to like a line of diggable wall, you end up behaving weirdly. Whatever. Cadence loves to shuffle.
I think that Super Nintendo
Or the stairs and the
slap bass sample
Yeah.
is my favorite instrument in the whole game.
It's good.
It's so nerdy. I love
It's
it.
good.
My favorite instrument, period. Like,
It really is. No, like, yeah.
Like, it's like a Mega Man X.
Yeah.
Slap bass.
It's just really my scene, man. Just Super Nintendo instruments. That's all I want.
Good. That and
It
like
never got-
Genesis.
Yeah. It was pretty cool doing Zelda stuff with them with Sega instruments, you know?
Yeah.
It was kind of cool.
it's like, yeah, bootleg Zelda music.
Like one of those ROM hacks. Like,
Yeah.
Zelda X Sonic. There's
yeah,
that
I feel
in the
this
timeline.
Ring.
Ah!
I like how unfazed Freddy is by all this. He stands
He's
there.
used to it.
Yeah.
He's seen some stuff, man.
Oh boy.
Alright, so now we're
Alright.
finally at the end game of dungeon mode. So first, we go on to this little platform.
I love that there's 2 elevators.
It knows that there's 2 of you.
That's such a good detail.
That was nice enough to include 2, just in case 2 of you wanted to fight him at once.
Everyone's favorite guy.
It's me, Octavo.
Octavo! Did you see that when this came out? Because in Japan it's called Octavo's Odyssey, and a lot of
Oh.
Japanese fans
Yeah.
have made like Super Mario Odyssey fan art, but with
We should
him,
just stay on one side of the arena.
like wearing the
That
cap.
does
and
actually
stuff.
make sense.
They're basically indistinguishable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really apologize. The conducting animation, it's so good.
Thanks. That one was actually like one of my favorites to do.
It's very good.
There's a lot of like very subtle like hand motion in it.
I would hate that conductor in real life because he's so like flamboyant. But, it totally fits everything.
Yeah, I wanted to make him a conductor because he has wizard spells and
Yep.
stuff, right? And so like having him use a conducting wand seemed obvious with the musical theme of the game.
Yeah. Killed it.
Thanks. Just like closes the wall behind
Yeah.
you.
That was actually kind of a last minute addition because it was like, oh, you probably don't want to like go through Octavo's room again, so I just added like a little save point there, but didn't think too hard about exactly how that would interact with like co-op and yeah.
Link. Here's
All right.
big boy again. Link is just here.
Yeah, he's just hanging out too, you know, whatever.
We're almost to the original purpose of the stream.
We're almost there.
Part
Yeah.
of this is dungeon mode too.
That's
Dungeon
true.
mode and Octavo were the 2 things we wanted to show off. So yeah, we made it in not too much time.
I'd already forgotten that this is why we were doing this first to unlock him.
The organ stems are really fun too.
Yeah.
The one in Gerudo is
That was fun.
when Young Gan is playing.
Mm.
That was a lot of fun.
Oh shit. Sorry.
Sorry. First phase is relatively easy to hit him from 2 feet away. Second phase is
Yeah, we should probably like decide who's doing the hit. Oh.
Sorry.
I don't know if you get
Can we do
to
this? Both arrows?
Paul, do you get people like theorizing where you got influences from certain stuff? Like,
Yeah.
for me, like people just like, oh yeah, this part of the song is from like this Zelda song, and like it's this way because of this.
Yeah.
And sometimes it wasn't intentional, but I still feel smart.
I really like the mix you did for the final Ganon fight. Like it sounds
Feels
like
very
the
epic.
Ganon thing, but like
After defeating Ganon,
So it
I
actually,
expected to
I
rejoice.
used the same project file
But not
as
only
the
was I
original
still in
Necrodancer
a
boss.
different world,
Oh.
So some of
I
the
had
same
also
synths. And
traveled
then
into the
I started
future
listening to a
of
bunch of Ganon fights in
with no
Zelda,
hope of
but they're
getting
all in
home.
like 22,
completely
15.5 times,
Time and
weird
space.
compound meters and stuff.
But then
And
Link
so I
and
kinda just,
Zelda
like,
told me about
Made
the
a more
Triforce.
BT version of that, but
Right. It's good, man.
thank you.
You can now play as Octavo.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, the theorizing for the stuff I work on is mostly like Octavo related, to be honest. 'Cause he's
Yeah.
like by far the most popular character.
Well, like I feel you also have to be a lot more deliberate in your influences. I think,
Mhm.
especially with what fits with the.
Someone else want to play for a bit?
I don't want to
I
embarrass
am
myself.
so bad at this game.
Boy.
But I think it's a little bit easier for me because I just go off feel.
Yeah.
Like, this song feels good, whatever, that kind of thing. Like I don't need to know what things are and which Hyrule
Every
piece of the
world has its
triangle
own-
is the thing. That's how much I know.
And when the powers that
Yeah,
be
I try to hide,
refuse
like,
to fight,
Little references here and there sometimes. too.
someone must
Or, like,
rise
pick
to
if-
the
if-
occasion.
Have to put like an enemy in the game with an idea for it. I try to steer the other artists towards like the versions of that enemy that have been seen less in other Zelda games. So not picking so much like Link and Past ones, but rather
Yeah, a lot of
Zelda
cool, like
2.
Minish Cap or Zelda 2
Yeah.
influenced
Yeah.
enemy designs.
I put in Zelda 2 music references every time I could. Actually, in this song coming up.
Zelda 2's soundtrack is so good.
It's so
too.
good.
Yeah.
So yeah. Alright, now actual Octavo.
Yeah, I'll explain a bit about how Octavo works. So basically, he is similar to Melody. He uses the golden lute as a weapon. So every time he moves, the 4 tiles around him get damaged. So if there's an enemy in any of the 4 tiles around him, he gets damaged. And he can also use it as a normal dagger.
3.
I suppose 3, yeah, because there's never going to be something. Oh, that's true actually. Yeah, because if an enemy moves.
Yeah, if an enemy moves
after you,
behind you, it won't get hit.
then
Yeah.
that tile's not part of the damage radius. But yeah. So he doesn't have any other weapons, just uses the golden lute the whole game. And he goes through the game similarly to the other characters. His goal basically is, I guess the story is, this is an alternate version of what happened if Cadence had never gotten summoned to Hyrule. So Link and Zelda just remain asleep the whole time, and it's up to Octavo to deal with Ganon somehow himself. And on the way, something happens to him.
It's funny that you mentioned like that it's like an alternate version of the story, because there was a lot of theorizing about that and like how it like
Right,
is this
yeah.
like, do they go back at the end of the original story?
It's
like,
not super explicitly spelled out in game.
Yeah.
Other than vague hints through the cutscenes and through NPC dialogue.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what it was intended as, kind of an alternate version of the events of the main game. The first goal should be try to find a fortune teller cave and then a dungeon after that.
Yeah, seeing people in the chat are saying like, oh, it's an alternate timeline version, I never knew. I was so confused.
Yeah, if you played through the whole story and gotten to the end, I guess there's one event at the end that should make it clear that I guess it's not the same world that Link and Zelda we're going through the game is.
You could say this timeline has a different time signature.
Oh, good one.
Oh. That's why we keep you around, Danny.
So much discussion
Gotta
about the
have one
timeline to have it deconfirmed in an instant.
Oh, dang it.
I mean, people are welcome to come up with their own version of events. If it makes more sense than ours, I guess that's what you can still believe.
You're supposed to hedge before the statement, Oliver.
Yeah.
It is nice to not have to hear this song first every time.
Yeah. Alright, so, yeah. So,
So instead of Cadence in these caves, there's the fortune teller vision, I suppose it is, because she's not actually there. She's just kind of in Octavo's head.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Can
get
you
little snippets of story from these caves here.
Can you confirm that Octavo isn't the same bard from Necrodancer?
Sure, we'll confirm that.
You briefly considered, like, can I do something with that? Like,
I mean, if people want to believe that, it's
Oh,
fun
yeah.
to believe, then go for it. But he was not intended to be the same bard.
like, obviously there's some, like, play, like, with the name and stuff, right?
Yeah, there's some similarities, and
There's like
The
so many
Necrodancer
music
tie-in.
puns, dude.
I guess the other big modification for Melody is he can attack stuff in front of him now, so he's not nearly as
Right.
screwed if he gets surrounded.
yeah, you can use the loot as a dagger type weapon as well.
I don't know what this means, but can you confirm Cadence falls in the Downfall timeline?
Downfall timeline.
I don't think we can talk about any, like, timeline
Yeah.
stuff officially.
Yeah, we cannot confirm nor deny that.
This is the Freddy timeline.
Yeah.
The whole game is actually just a song that Freddy's singing.
Yeah, Octavo and Freddy, like, perform.
Yeah.
They like, play
Oh, man.
Freddy singing. It's just in some, like, pub or something, right?
There's,
Oh, man.
there's secret Zelda fan fiction.
Where's that fan art, dude?
And now it's coming, now that you've asked for it.
Yeah.
Well, Jules could dress up as Octavo, and I could dress up as Shopkeeper. We need it. Why is there no drummers in these games?
I don't know, Danny.
Never thought this would land.
Just thinking out loud here. Was there inspiration from Vati in Octavo's design, or was it coincidence?
Yes, there was some inspiration. We know Vadi's a popular Zelda character, and one I feel is kind of underrepresented in the Zelda series as a whole.
Sure, yeah.
So we did try to take some influence from his design.
Also,
You-
all the artists are big Finish Cap fans.
And you asked me to have a Vati fight influence on the Octavo fight, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Octavo boss music has
Yep.
a reference to the song Vati's Wrath as well.
Yep.
Listen closely.
I never played Minish Cap.
It's a good game. It's very pretty.
It is very, very pretty. Anyway, I'm just getting to the end of here so we can just see the modification to the cutscene.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I probably won't have time to go through the whole game. I thought
Especially since I am not a speedrunner.
it's not true. You are a speedrunner. Not for this game.
Yeah. Not a cadence runner. I do not have the smoothie skills. If I did, I'd be playing on double time.
Do it.
No!
We should do that before the stream is over.
Barely play this game on normal mode.
What happens if you're on Cha-Cha and you get double time?
You have to do double time cha-cha.
Good question. I believe we
That's
put
just
something.
irresponsible.
I believe we put something into the game that ensures that Cha-Cha Shrine does not spawn when you're in double time. Because it
Cloudmax,
would be too ridiculous.
Cloudmax is saying, so what timeline do I end up in when I barrier skip and avoid all the dungeons?
That's the separate Cloud Max timeline.
yeah.
What's the any
That's your
percent
own
Completely
timeline?
different
timeline.
from all the rest.
You get a secret room where all the game's characters ask you for your strats.
Yeah.
Yeah, what we're talking about Cloud Max. It's been super helpful in just playing the game and finding all sorts of crazy bugs that we'd never think to test ourselves.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that. You've been very helpful in finding things that we have not found.
And also, like, not thank you, because it was a lot of more work to like, actually fix all that stuff.
Yeah. Enough work just to repro some of those stuff you find.
Also that, yeah.
Pause and trigger tutorial in the exact same frame. And certain things missing.
Just thanks for the game.
Yeah, no problem.
This is also the first time I've ever harmonized a guitar and an oboe. You would be surprised how rare that is.
So in the normal game, Octavo is the one that creates the champions. We need to do something different here. So his goal, I guess, is to try to find something strong enough to defeat Ganon for him.
Is this him testing them?
Basically, yeah, testing how strong they are.
He's kind of an idiot, isn't he? Like,
Yeah.
if this thing was like strong enough to defeat Ganon, then Octavo would die. And if it's not strong enough, then he doesn't have a champion for him.
Well, if he just sort of looses it in the world, you know.
Have you ever known guitar players to have good judgment?
Well, no, that's not true. He can always loot out of the boss. So, like, if he sees that things aren't going well,
That's true.
like,
You're right.
actually makes the last section a lot more consistent because you can always hit him right afterwards.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
One shot, one kill.
So.
Still can't believe y'all let me put these stupid ditties in.
That's stupid. They're wonderful.
Yeah,
My
that's
favorite
the
is the
one.
Maracas one.
It's that's why I did it, because it just seemed so dumb to do that.
I barely even noticed them anymore. They're just part of the game.
Yeah.
I feel like it fits right in.
And then you have the nice little bass sting at the end.
Yeah.
Things could be stupid, it'd still be amazing.
This may help you fight Ganon. Or it may not. Get to the Ganon area and see.
Alright, what are we calling it, or?
Yeah, I don't know.
Try to
How
do one
long
more
has it
dungeon?
been?
It's
Sure.
only, been,
hour.
it's only been an hour.
Okay.
Alright,
Well, if you guys want, we do like a big speed run, try to get to the end of the game.
alright.
Double time.
Discord's real happy you called Octavo an idiot.
I know. I know what they say about him.
Sure, do you want to go?
Sure.
He's a special boy.
Okay, so I'm just gonna try to get to the end of the game as fast as possible now. Where am I?
Good question.
Okay, I could do Desert next, I guess.
Yeah. You can just warp near it. I mean, you have a loot through. Debugging with Octavo is always easier because he always starts with the loot anyways.
Do I have a way of getting past the lava?
Maybe not officially, but
Alright.
Oh, were you aware that the notes that come out of Octavo when you attacks are not actually appropriate to the context of the music occurring at that point?
Probably yes.
We're gonna need to put in a bug report.
yeah. They occur according to whatever the pseudo-random none generator decides is appropriate.
I did make like a large variety of them so that like maybe sometimes it matches. I was like, oh, we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, that would have been, I don't know, I guess it would have been theoretically possible.
It would have taken a lot of work from me, and I'm not willing to do that.
Fair enough. Am I allowed to use that excuse? Like,
I know you guys know me. I would have done it. I can't stop myself.
it detracted from the time you could have been spending doing like anything else.
Oh, why were the Gerudo given this industrial aesthetic?
It's cool.
Yeah, that's from I wanted to do something different than the like normal thing that they do, which is always like a desert tribe sort of thing. And I don't know, I thought it would be interesting if they were more like a scavenger and sort of scientist sort of deal, and then you wanted to do like you want to pull the whole direction more towards like Western,
Yes.
like guitar
Yep.
stuff. So that fit really well together, I think.
Mostly the Wild Wild West is
Yeah,
from
yeah.
the Will Smith movie.
Yeah. Yeah, actually,
Yeah,
all.
Sure.
Sorry, go ahead.
I just say you like one of the cool things about game dev is just like seeing what Paul was doing and it makes you excited to write music, and then you write music and it makes other people excited to make more stuff.
Yeah, it's like it
was the same thing with the Ice Dungeon. We had some cockamamie ideas for like why the Ice Dungeon was the way it was. Not everything panned out, but just like it was just, you know, people ask a lot like, how do you know what to write? How do you write whatever? And there's always so many influences from just the game mechanics to like the art and stuff, and then you send it back, and it just once you get in that like mutually reinforcing loop, it's just that's what I love about it.
Yeah, and it's not even just like one way, like, oh, I did that visually, so then the music comes in and that's it. Like sometimes that will again give ideas for the visuals, and we can do something, like we can add something to it to make it even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, with all the races in the game, I wanted to change them a little bit from how they're usually portrayed in Zelda games. So that's why I made because the Zora are usually like more like regal and kind of posh, and that's why I wanted to make them surfer bros to have like the complete opposite of that. Same for
I'm
like
bummed we didn't
Gerudo.
figure out the Surfer Rock thing, but save that for the behind the music documentary.
So you don't actually need to beat Kakariko Crypt with Octavo, right?
No.
Alright.
Do you get something for beating it?
No, you don't get weapons.
It's just a fun little
Yeah, basically.
extra. Oh no, pet him! Pet the dog!
Yeah, they didn't pet it in the speedrun.
Boop!
Like, yeah, they did.
Good dog.
I don't think they did. I think they got the donation incentive, but I didn't see them do it.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they did, yeah.
Okay. Maybe because it was going so
It was
freaking
going
fast.
fast.
Yeah.
Oh. Get over the water with.
Menu?
Oh, they're trying it.
Oh, dear.
No, it has to
No,
be
it doesn't
non-fixed speed mode, right?
Does it? I thought it was 60 mode. Okay, well.
No. No, because
Do it
it's
the proper way.
the duration of the beat needs to be still on when it's happening. Because like in fixed speed mode, it forces the beat to go forward every time you move.
Right, okay.
And yeah, when you're using haste, it's just like a counter.
I feel like at this point, Oliver could just use this puzzle as like an instrument and just make music with it.
Yeah.
Because it's randomized the tones, right?
I think
It
the end
is.
was like...
It was green red? Or light green red?
I like green red, yeah. I used to have
Yeah.
it memorized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very impractical MIDI controller. Now I want the characters to wear cowboy hats. Yeah, I'm into that. That's a DLC I can get behind.
You want to do like an all like Western game?
Dude, I would genuinely love to write like country music for a video game because it's just not done, right? Like,
Yeah. Cadence of Red Dead.
Cadence of Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Oh yeah, if you had gone to the Cadence cave, you would have gotten the locket.
The Cadence.
This is the fourth one, right?
Is it?
You get it.
I skipped the desert
I'm
one.
tolerating it.
I'll be back, but,
There's a difference, Paul.
Oh yeah, it is. It was originally the third one, but then we switched to the fourth one.
What the hell here?
So does it actually reinforce dropping more health when you're low on health?
No.
Okay. Well, I just got lucky then.
Certain enemy types also are more likely to drop health. So like blue slimes, or all slimes drop health more often than most other enemies. Should find something else with the X button.
Spiel, stem. Very good.
I would tell you that that's the instrument that basically made me an electronic music composer.
What?
The glockenspiel?
Because when I started band as a kid, I wanted to play the drum, snare drum. I'm like, heck yeah, snare drum.
Yeah.
And they stuck me on the goddamn glockenspiel. But so I took the sheet music, I took it home, and it was Cakewalk on my mom's computer, and I realized that like the notes in the paper was the same as like the notes in the computer program. So when I was like 8 years old, I made a techno remix of Good King Wenceslas.
Oh wow.
And like I was like, wow, that was the realization. I still hate the glockenspiel though.
That's amazing.
I actually don't. It's amazing.
I was about to ask, is there hard feelings about Oliver choosing this as one of the bosses?
None that I'm willing to express.
Ah, okay.
We got this spiel, we had this like a lot of the buttons.
Yeah.
I'm really more upset about the
Couldn't
puns than anything.
Bomb, maybe? Yeah. No, you should have hit it. You could have had it now.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's what I like about fixed speed mode. You can just like mash super fast for the most part, but then if you get into a typical situation, you can just take your time and think. Turns into more of a speedrunning friendly puzzle game, I guess. I'm the lost woods, probably.
I don't think enough people appreciate like how cool fixed speed mode is in its own way. Because like a lot of people, I think they're just like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't want to do fixed speed because it like defeats the point. Well, it's like, well, no, it's just like it's a different
Yeah,
challenge.
it
Yeah,
keeps
it's more
the
classic.
core game mechanics without the rhythm in it. But
Because you can definitely get yourself in way worse situations at fixed speed mode because you're just cruising along, not thinking about it.
yeah, it's not
Yeah.
necessarily the noob mode.
Yeah.
That's the Lost Woods is another area that was like, oh, let's just do something different with it. And then you were like, oh, I want to do some like southern like.
The Lost Swamp, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not even like a huge fan of country music, but like, I started writing some Willie Nelson sounding stuff for the Swamp, and I'm just like, yep, that's it. And this track though, the mix target was the theme song to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I literally sent it to the mixing engineer, make it sound like this.
So, are there any songs that are not inspired by Will Smith?
Like,
Wow, yeah.
Like in the world? No. Congratulations, Oliver. You figured out music. That's our secret.
It's just Will Smith.
Yeah,
What do they want to do with more Will Smith?
Yeah.
No, I really like this song. It's sometimes you want to just find. A lot of times you make music for games and people kind of want the same stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do with the same thing. It's just like they want stuff that's epic, or this or that, or like metally or like whatever, and like you never really get a chance to flex. Like, yeah, let's get a slide guitar in there, and a banjo, and like, you know, so.
That was my approach for the visual designs for a lot of stuff too. It was like, let's just do something new.
Could have gotten the
same
thing there.
And if I remember, this was the same kind of situation where like we were just throwing art and music back and forth, and they just kind of reinforced. Like,
yeah.
We were talking about Bayou. I wasn't really sure how it was gonna be,
And then maracas somehow.
maracas, and then automaton.
Well, I mean, the maracas was just Go Maracas.
Yeah.
And that's what's such a fun challenge too. Is like, especially in this game, it's just like, okay, make this stuff like thematically appropriate. Oh, but also there's this completely unrelated instrument. Get it in there.
Because we could have used the maracas for the desert, where it would make slightly more sense.
Yeah.
But instead.
But nothing is easy, so.
Almost don't live in the desert.
Any comments on Nicholas Dow's covers of Cadence Hyrule songs? They're amazing. He's one of the funniest people I've ever seen in my life.
Is he the one who does like the acapella?
Yeah, where he does like the weird situation where he'll be like, he'll dress up and like, yeah. My life isn't weird enough. There's some Polish dude dressing up and singing the shopkeeper stuff I'm writing.
He looks very tired all the time.
Oh, and so it's the same kind of situation with Jules who did guitar stuff. Like, I never write stuff with like human beings in mind to play them. They figure it out anyway, and that freaks me out. But this time around, you know, with Dancing Amplified, this game, and like the shop, I consciously made an effort to make the shopkeeper stuff in this game incredibly difficult, if not impossible, mostly to see what Nicholas Dow's trying to do with it.
It's kind of fun when you know that like fans will do a certain thing, so you can like kind of riff on that.
Feels very powerful.
Yeah. Like I knew that Octavo would be the most popular character.
Yeah.
So, like you tweak the designs a little bit to like ensure that basically that happens.
It does kind of affect your creative process, doesn't it?
A little bit.
People are
A little
gonna...
bit.
He just likes playing his lute. Like.
I like that he still needs to get into the castle. Like even though he could go, he could do anything. Like, but he could have like made a portal somewhere else to go into the future.
I don't think he made the portal.
Oh, okay.
I think the portal discovered the portal or something.
People ask if we can get Nicholas Doust in
In the game.
the game.
That'd be
We
cool.
did it with Necrodancer, right?
Yeah, we did it with Necrodancer. Game for Necrodancer.
No plans, but you know, no plans.
For the heavy ones.
Not again.
Well, it's at least like solvable.
Okay.
And there's
Yeah.
only
One of us, so not as big a deal anymore.
See, that's not reasonable. That's not a reasonable thing to have to say.
But he does it.
It's Freddy, baby. No, I remember the one for 4-1 on Necrodancer. I remember the one that really sticks out to me is when he's singing and then he hits his throat like this to do that. And then he's like eating ice cream after, like chill out his throat. He's a funny dude.
I really like Octavo's voice. It is a problem.
Haste?
No.
No.
You can't. Haste consumes an action, so they would have.
No. Yeah, this is the yeah, the general problem with Octavo is he's actually like a little bit more beginner friendly, but then at the end of the game you have like no damage.
Yeah, so it really helps to have like a glass slipper that gives you power at the end to get an extra damage boost, or to make good use of your specials and.
That one guard had enough.
Yeah.
I guess their patrol pattern, does it take
No, he
traps into account?
he
or-
got confused. That guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought so.
Here. No.
As did you, apparently.
Again, Super NES string sample. Over leveraged. Supposedly intentionally. This is so sad. Octavo played Desposito.
Esposito?
It's memes. Steve, you need to be more online.
I am so not online, like,
The Ockenspiel.
could not care less.
That one went over my head, dude.
Oh, y'all into the beaver?
The Beebs?
The who?
Limited knowledge of the Beebs.
Beav's agnostic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that... Yeah, Ring of Courage with Octavo was weird too. I remember having a discussion about how exactly that's supposed to work.
Yeah, he moves one extra space if it defeats somebody.
Is that a guitar battle that's happening?
Yeah, sure is.
Just brute
Oh, no,
forcing
I'm not
it.
doing that.
Wow, you're almost at the end.
Normally the boss here would be
This isn't-
Octavo,
Almost.
but
The whole Dark World.
Instead,
are
it's
Octavo.
Meatloaf.
Well, that's not that much.
With Octavo it is, because you
Oh
have no
yeah,
damage.
yeah, yeah. I love that sound.
It's a good sound.
is that a bottle?
Alright. Fusion, yeah, can't get that.
Oh, here's. Yes, we haven't really been talking to many NPCs, but here's just one example of an NPC with slightly different dialogue for Octavo than for normal.
Why
Does
no
she have
class
different
loop?
dialogue?
Yeah, does that one?
I don't think this one has.
I think
this
it's-
one
it's
always
It's actually
refers
mostly
to
the same, but it is
right?
slightly changed. She references Ganon in the.
Oh, I see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, it's one of those subtle things that nobody but us would pick up on.
I got some off.
That sprite is one of my favorites that I've done.
The
Great
Dark Fairy?
Yeah, just the Great Fairy.
Yeah.
The animation's really funny. That was a character I hoped more people would pay attention to, but didn't.
Ooh. Random chance B.
Yeah, was that
Yeah, I
B?
didn't even notice it was a B. I think that's something that we added in this patch also, is the chance of bees appearing in dungeons.
That was specifically from a crate, which can always happen, but yeah, we also added bees in the walls very, very randomly.
With
Yeah.
bees here, maybe.
Well, you saw it's a honeycomb-shaped symbol, eh?
Yeah, it's true.
Alright, hopefully you find a piece of heart.
Of course, no health. I like this little thing that you guys do.
How's it treating you?
Alright.
Yeah,
Rock.
honestly, that is the correct solution.
There's some bombs.
That works.
Oh, no!
That's the thing not to do.
Obsidian Talus.
Also, props the power up for recreating that sound
Yeah,
Right.
perfectly.
Oh, it was recreated? Like,
Yeah, no, we didn't take it directly. from
Wow.
anything, so yeah.
yeah, it sounds exactly the same.
Synthesized it.
Yeah.
Like a cat.
Oh, ooh, an interesting little setup.
Just chasing into the thorn bushes.
Oh, it's me, Dash. Thank you for the raid. And welcome.
One of the things about that patch, though, is that so every time you trigger that voice, it starts, it inflects into it, so it starts a half step below the actual note.
Okay.
So when you do a lot of quick ones, like la 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 la, like you have to actually pitch it up a half a step, but it's not. I had to do a lot of like manual re-pitching and stuff. That was not made with what I was doing in mind at all.
Yeah, it's probably your best bet.
Nice.
Yeah, it's sort of pretty big deal with Octavo.
Yeah. Hard to not hit them. Stand still for a little while.
Yeah, I don't know if you had a chance there.
You weren't kidding that this is much harder as Octavo.
Yeah, you can't kill anything. Oh, yes, new edition of a trap, the skeleton pants.
Oh yeah. Yeah, by this time normally if we were not Octavo, we just have Definitely a more powerful weapon than that.
I really like how that kind of plays into Octavo's like overconfidence as a character. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm just gonna do it, and then he's like way too weak to be able to do any of this.
I did not think of it that way.
Sure, we'll
Definitely
say,
But it worked out.
We'll say we
yeah.
intentionally designed it.
Yeah. Why boots of power OP? Yes, having oh yeah, get those boots of power, yeah. There you go.
Oh, I thought you.
Oh,
No, no, no!
it's fine.
You want to use your glass shovel.
Oh yeah, you're right.
He really doesn't care that you take all his money.
Yeah, it's only if you attack him.
This stuff was just in the walls and staying around. Not necessarily good. Yeah, maybe you should be more angry with that. You're right.
Tyreek in the zone.
Yo. What's up, Tyreek?
Hello, 4-bit. It's already Friday, yes.
It is Friday. 4-bit Fridays right here. This is why I need to pay attention in meetings.
Alright, made it through that. So, Octavo makes his way to what he assumes is Ganon's chamber.
That doesn't look like Ganon
Well,
at all.
Ganon looks different, yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Bald Ganon.
Neckbeard Ganon.
So it turns out Necrodancer is Octavo in the future.
Whoa!
Alright, let's fight him.
Give me that loot.
The Octavo version of the Necrodancer, I put in like very subtle things to link him to Octavo. So like the color of his beard, like the shading on that is closer to Octavo's hair color than it is to like how the Necrodancer's beard is shaded in the Necrodancer.
Yeah, that's cool.
Tried to set them apart a little bit that way.
Yeah, so I guess this means that the golden loot basically has the power, or has the... Eventually, after using it for long enough, it'll turn you into a Necrodancer type character. It's not the same Necrodancer character from Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Oh, is that official now?
Yeah, well that was what was intended.
Okay, great.
Basically, he's the Necrodancer of this world. That was created by abusing the golden loot's power.
It's a mashup of Zelda 2 Palace and 4-3 from
White to Remain, I think.
Yeah, White to Remain. Also uses the project file from that.
So the fight itself is a little bit of a callback to the Melody fight from the original Necrodancer. It's got the same, basically constantly spawning skeletons on all sides that are slightly easier to deal with than the loot, which makes it feel a little more exciting, but also provide an element of danger. If you move the wrong direction, you'll get hit at any time. And what you're trying to do basically is you hit him to knock his instrument down here, and then you have to defeat each of the 4 instruments, and he is able to retake them back. So he grabbed it before I could there. Yeah, this one up. Now I'll move into the final phase. More skeletons. I can't really do anything to him right now. I get stunned if I try to attack him directly. Recognize that his shield is being powered by these little orbs down here. Now he's unshielded. The wall is slowly closing in. Hit him once, and then he retaliates with a pushback attack, which then activates the skeletons to move them out of the way. It's just a matter of hitting them out of the way, and
Nice.
before the walls close in on you.
Reminds me of Parliament 4 on Final Fantasy 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. If only he knew how to turn himself to stone.
Now it is time to atone for what I have done.
Wow, I actually ran through the whole story.
I've skipped a couple of the Cadence scenes.
That's true.
Also wanted to show the Necrodancer fight. That was a
Yeah.
big part of what we added in.
I see that you're back. Are you still dying to know what fate has in store for you?
No. No. I will
Also,
leave that for those who are
When
much wiser
Octavo
than
is
I.
not, he doesn't have like evil intent. I changed the shading on the half that is covered by his hair. So normally when he's evil, I use black. But then at the end here, I try to show a bit of like the other half of his face.
Yeah, it's a cool little tweak. And there we have it.
That's it.
See where we are on the leaderboards. 6 feet, Octavo. What was
Not
that?
near the top.
41-20.
That's not bad.
Could be worse.
Well, especially since I spent the first of it in like non-fixed beat.
Yeah, that was only a small,
Beat mode.
small amount of time. But we got a couple deaths. There we go, 22.
22.
Alright, so.
We gotta
you guys
get
can
up
beat
there.
that
We gotta be
time.
number 1.
Yeah, right after the stream, we're gonna try again.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
so I guess we'll probably wrap it up pretty soon. I guess we can do a little question answering
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
chat if
Yeah.
anyone has any like final questions to.
There's
talk
been a bunch
about.
of questions during this thing that we answered already, but if anyone has any more questions, now is the time.
Yeah.
Non-timeline questions.
Yes, we can't answer everything.
Also, we're as confused about the timeline.
We can't and won't help you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Give people a couple minutes in case they want to
What
ask
is
anything.
Why
this?
did
This is on the
Octavo...
Discord. Why is he holding a baguette?
I don't know, I like it.
Why did Octavo wish for the golden loot?
Why did he wish for the golden loot? So let's see. So the original timeline is basically Octavo went to the fortune teller, asked the fortune teller or compelled the fortune teller to tell him his future, and in that future he saw the future world in which Ganon had taken power and the world had been destroyed. So he wanted to prevent that, and he needed to gain power somehow to do that. He didn't necessarily wish for the golden loot. I guess what happened was when he hypnotized the king and got access to the Triforce, the power of the Triforce was absorbed into his golden loot, which was what turned his loot from a normal loot into the golden loot in the first place. So I guess that's the backstory behind that.
Totally makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Is Cadence of Hyrule story mode canon in the Necrodancer timeline?
Yes, of course it is. So I guess this was where. So actually, at the end of the story, you see the golden loot get kind of teleported away. Our theory was that that's when it went into the Necrodancer world, at which point it was found by Octavian the Bard, and eventually created the timeline of the Necrodancer story. So yes, it all consistently holds together.
Absolutely.
Yeah, wasn't there a bit... Doesn't Cadence say something about that too in the game? I can't remember.
I'm not sure if she does. I don't know if there's any dialogue. Or, okay, so what happens at the end of the game? It doesn't get teleported away. It gets teleported away when you defeat Octavo, and
Yes.
it goes into the portal. So that our theory is that portal went into Cadence's world, kind of similarly to how Cadence came into this world through a portal. That's when the events of the Necrodancer took place, and then it got I guess, teleported back.
There's like
after the
weird
events
like
took place.
time loops.
So there's
going
some
on,
time
yeah.
loops involved.
Yeah,
but at one point, it all made sense in our heads. So that
Yeah,
we
it's like
considered canon.
What's it called, a bootstrap paradox, where like the loop is it's from Necrodancer, but like
Yeah.
it gets into Necrodancer through this game,
Yeah.
but then it loops back around.
Well, no, it's from this game originally because it got created by Octavo.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah, it gets. I guess the Triforce comes back out of it at the end of this game. So somewhere in between the events of this game, it needed to go into the Necrodancer world and cause all the events of the Necrodancer game. Anyway.
Yeah, now we're
kinda
threading
makes sense.
this into the Zelda timeline. Yeah.
Okay, I guess if that's everything.
There's
Oh, is there one more?
let's see.
Why are we not allowed to bounce on friendly bees? Yes, Max. Yes, that's why.
Why does entering Hyrule Castle without all 4 instruments not send you to Cloud Max's house?
Thanks, Mike.
Cloud Max was asking that.
Yeah.
Why is the Necrodancer immune to bees?
Hmm.
Is the Oh, he's immune to everything except for damage from the golden loot.
Yeah.
Maybe if we had like a golden bee.
Golden Bee.
So if you play through the Octavo storyline in co-op mode with another character beside Octavo, only Octavo can do damage to the Necrodancer. The other character is more or less useless in that fight.
Well, you can also not damage him with like your items as Octavo. You have to use a golden loot attack.
Yeah, that's true. So you
so.
can't shoot him with a bow and arrow.
Or bombs for that matter.
Yeah.
You also cannot hit him with a golden fish.
So anything golden could just do damage.
Explain the timeline implication of removing Octavo from co-op. Removing Octavo from co-op. Anything in co-op is non-canonical.
I don't understand removing Octavo from co-op.
Oh, because when you switch Octavo out such that Octavo's
Oh,
no
I
longer
see.
playing
I
and
see,
switches
I
back
see.
to the Ganon fight. It was because the fight with Necrodancer is impossible without Octavo, so we just swapped back in the Ganon fight if you just happen to choose to play without Octavo anymore.
Well, so if you start the game in co-op, you're Octavo plus maybe Link or Zelda, and if you then swap out Octavo and go through part of the game as Link and Zelda, maybe Octavo did not have the chance to gain power and become a Necrodancer. So that's why Ganon's in power as soon as you get to the end of the game.
Octavo just left. He's like, I'm going home.
Yeah, we'll rationalize it that way.
Alright. I think that's it.
Okay, yeah, I guess we'll wrap it up.
I just want to say, when will Danny B be revealed as the secret final boss? You got to pay me. I don't even get out of bed for free.
Ganon pulls off the mask.
Yeah.
Whoa!
I mean, everyone already thinks I'm the shopkeeper, and he's clearly calling the shots, so...
It's true.
Shopkeeper's secret final boss?
He is
Maybe.
a secret mini boss, I guess. So.
Kind of, yeah. You can fight him.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright.
Thank y'all.
Okay, yeah, thanks everyone for watching. See you later.